Great presentation, Jose.
Thank you.
So I have a couple of questions for you. In terms of marketing the game, I know you mentioned these where you tested the game. Is that like where you're first going to start your marketing, or?
Correct. Because the Kickstarter community is so tied with the game maker community, I plan to use the traction that I developed from playtesting to sort of get them to speak about my game for me. Some of the pains on Kickstarters is that they really just want to know that the concept is fleshed out and that the game is good. If I have people that I've playtested with
Right.
saying that the game is good, then it sort of does half the job for me. The other job is just to keep iterating and making sure the game is fun.
So it'll be through social media, really.
Correct. A lot of it will
and
be
those meetups
yeah.
where people play together.
That's correct.
Yeah. Question for you. I love the idea that this is a collaborative game.
Yeah.
And I kind of heard how you got there. Would you consider developing more characters as you move forward so that you can play with more than 4 people, or?
I am leaving that option because of the way the game is built. I could do that. Right now, I'm sticking with the 4 characters, but if I think of any other crazy fun characters, I would sure love to add them. And it could lead to expansion packs and other decks.
So that was my next question, was about scalability, and so that would be one way you would scale up the game, would be extension packs and that kind of thing.
That's exactly right. Something that's common in this sort of medium is to use expansion decks to keep your company sustainable. So I'll be following similar models.
So would that would also, I guess those expansion packs would be more stories and more journeys for the lead guy to send everybody on?
Yeah, and that's the plan. I have a couple of friends that have been wanting to build games with me for a long time, so we sort of plan to get together and see what we come up with, and to create more journeys for everyone and all our players.
Okay. And in terms of marketing, have you thought about, I know we've talked about this a little bit, but the stories of the characters and creating maybe videos about them so that when you choose your character, you kind of get a sense of who they really are before you even know a lot about the game?
Yeah, that's right. So one of the things about cards is that you're able to sort of abstract it and let people play on their imaginations. We do plan to use things like videos and even maybe one day to finish that video game to sort of flesh out that world and really get people immersed into this future world.
Yeah, because I think part of what's really appealing about it is these characters in the world. And the interesting thing also is that because it's not a video game, people can use their imaginations more. It's like reading as opposed to going to a movie.
And yeah, we've been very inspired by, like you said, a lot of books have moved on to other mediums like Harry Potter, even all the Marvel comics. So we plan to sort of keep an eye on that and see if that's possible.
Is that going to be part of your business plan moving forward?
That's where we want to ultimately end up. We do want this sort of large universe of games and journeys and stories and characters.
And I don't know if you mentioned, but what age group is this aimed at?
This game is specifically for the communities that I'm talking about on Kickstarter and the game maker communities. They're around my age, somewhere between 18 to 35.
Okay.
And these are people that have been playing games all their lives. So we're trying to utilize that audience.
Okay. And in terms of maybe the biggest risks you see moving forward, what are they and how will you address them?
I think the biggest risk is trying to find the right balance of a game that's fun and it also ties into our audience. So the way I plan to minimize that risk is, again, by just continue to play test, continue to get out there and talk to this community and let them guide me towards the right balance.
Okay, that's good. That sounds good. And in terms of your choice of this analog game, I know you decided to start small. You had the bigger dream of starting with the video game. Now that you've gotten there, do you see that being as a plus in terms of your business plan and how you can evolve slowly as opposed to jumping in?
I think it's a huge plus to go analog versus video game at first because, one, it lets me sort of start creating these worlds and mechanics, and two, just the psychology of analog games. being in the same room with someone else, it's better for teamwork. So, and this whole game is about teamwork. So I think it's been a great transition. I'm really glad that I switched to cards.
Well, it's a great project, and I wish you a lot of
Thank
luck
you so
with
much.
it.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Jose.
Thank you.